we're back. Welcome to another episode of Ann in His Corner. Coming out the white corner, my name is Bill, and I'm ready to fight. And my brother Barry, you know, he comes out the black corner, he stay ready to fight. However, my brother Barry can't make it today. He has some big things going on. So Barry, I got us. I'm gonna hold us down, but don't worry, I got some special guests. We'll fill y'all in on that just a little later. But today we got an episode of Who Did It Better. Today we're going to tackle the song If You Think You're Lonely Now. Original version, 1981 by Bobby Womack, going against the 1995 version by Casey Haley of Jodeci, coming off the Jason's Lyrics soundtrack. Who did it better? If you think you're lonely now, let's get it.
All right, I want a good, clean fight. Let's get it on.
All right, here we go. We got the beautiful Miss Elise. We got my brother JR of the RnB Representatives, my special guest for today for Who Did It Better. Guys, how y'all doing today?
Good.
I'm doing great. We are excited about this. Yes.
Okay.
The color blues are here. Yes.
Color blue. I had the pleasure of meeting JR on a panel in Elise when I was able to sit on their channel. We talked about Levert. Talked about Levert, but
and went in.
And went in. And went in. And went in. But thank God they had the pleasure of coming back and blessing our channel. But what I want to do is give you guys the opportunity to talk about what you guys do, your channel, and so forth.
Me? Oh, you want me to do it? Okay, fine. All right. So the RnB Reps, we have a channel where we specialize in really just talking about R&B in a funny, dramatic, just way. You got two dramatic people that just love music and love talking about it. You know what I mean? Yes, you are. You're just as dramatic as I am. See, but yeah. So we started it with when we did our Instagram live, and we just started it from pain. Me and Elise really, my grandmother passed and her grandfather passed, and we was just like, one day, let's just get online one day and let's just talk about music. And the next thing you know, it hit. It hit. And I was like, oh, we both was like, well, people love dramatic people, and as crazy as we are, people like this. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, all right, so we got something here. So, we just started talking about topics on Instagram and just coming up with topics, and people was coming into the lives and really enjoying it. So we was like, okay, well, let's go to YouTube, because Instagram be on some mess. So we was like, we're going to YouTube. And Elise came up with a thing because we was like, yo, we want to really start talking about the history of R&B. We want to talk about the culture and all that. And Elise was like, well, let's just start a show where we're just talking about R&B, right? And I was like, okay. And I always say, catch that. I'll be like, catch this and catch that. Elise was like, that's it. So we was like, let people come on and talk about albums and, things like that. But what was the best thing that Elise came up with? I'm sorry, Elise, you came up with many things, but this one was dope. When she said, let's do a Catch That Mini, where we have people like us, normal, come on and talk about R&B songs. You know what I'm saying? And bro, you came on and you talked about, Levert, and we just went there and went all over the place. And it's just fun. You have a good time, and then in our lives, everybody be just as crazy as us. So it was just a thing what we did, and we love talking about it, and it's just a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? So just really kind of pushing the R&B culture and pushing it the right way, like y'all and other podcasts that we know. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So that's what really RnB Reps is about. Just having fun talking about R&B and doing it dramatically and having a good time with it. So
yeah, everything he said, that's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everything he said. All right. And what we're going to do, we'll make sure when we do all our editing, Barry's going to obviously put all your social media information right on the screen. Again, my brother Barry, he couldn't make it, unfortunately, but he sends his condolences, he sends his thank yous, and he'll be back, because we definitely will have you guys back on, because I got something I'm thinking about doing, and definitely going to have our family on there to to do it.
Oh,
So
I'm high. I'm high.
yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
But today we got our Who Did It Better. That's when we take a song, the original, and we take the cover and we talk about who did it better. We have 3 areas that we talk about. We talk about vocals, production, and overall impact. And based on those 3 criteria topics or whatever, then we say who did it better. So let's start with vocals. So we're going to say vocals. Who did it better? Let's go. It's on y'all. I'm just the moderator.
Yeah.
Okay.
So me and Tara chatted briefly before, just as we do.
Yes.
And this, it's tough because, well, for a few reasons. It's tough because I think they both have a perfect vocal on this record. Like for what the song is, like it's spot on. And I probably would only get the edge to Bobby Womack because you can obviously tell in how KC sings that is somebody that he admires.
Right.
And probably was trying to, I mean, I'm sure it was him specifically that said, I want to do this song. Like, well, lately that might have been somebody else saying, well, you should do this. I feel like he was like, no, I want to do that song.
Good song.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I agree.
Such an influence. So
right.
it's kind of hard to call it, but I'll give it to Bobby, but it's by hair.
By hair? Okay. All right. You also could do a push. You could do a push if you want. So you could say you could do a push. So that's you're down the middle.
Okay.
But go ahead, JR.
Okay, so when it comes to vocals, everything that Sis said, I agree with. I feel like the difference between the two as far as vocals is Bobby's is very raw. Bobby's is very raw, and he's singing it like he's telling a story. Mm-hmm. I feel like KC is singing it like he wanted to show Bobby that, yo, I'm a fan and I'm just going to sing this down. You know what I mean? So you're getting the difference of gospel and soul to me. And I feel like if I had to give it an edge, and oh God, I hate doing this, but if I had to, and we're talking about just vocals, I would probably have to give it to KC. Because KC came in it like, I'm going to give you vocals to me. Bobby came in like, yo, you know him as the poet. I'm just going to tell y'all a story. And I'm a fan of Bobby Womack, so that kind of hurt a little bit, but but at the end of the day, Bobby Womack is the talking, singing guy. So if you know that's his brand, so at the end of the day, you're not going to get these top-notch vocals from him. You know what I'm saying? So if you want some vocals out of the two, you're going to get it from KC, because KC took the Hennessy bottle and went to work on that song. You know what I'm saying? Like, he felt like he had communion and then went and sung this record, but he had it with real liquor and not wine. But, you know.
Yeah. And good thing, well, thing about KC, he had someone to, he saw the blueprint of how the song was structured. And now I can use that as my base and go from there. So he did have the opportunity. So because Bobby, this is my song. I wrote with some other guys and I also produced the song. So I'm cultivating this song for myself. KC can listen at it. And they had that same raspy, almost kind of way to sing. Yeah. So, but I keep my 2 cents out of it. That's on y'all. That's on y'all too. So we got.
Damn! I thought we were gonna get something. He knew when to stop too. He knew it.
I'm just moderating here. So we got. Go ahead, Lisa.
Because with I told JR, if back then, if he'd have came out with an album of Bobby Womack covers, it'd be my favorite fucking album. Like he was made this, like it is a cover that made sense. Because sometimes people say cover, you're like, but why are they cover? You know, it might be another genre from another genre or just different stylistically. You're like, why did you choose to cover that? You know, this spot on.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
You're right. You're right. And I was. It's funny because I just thought about another cover. I have to bring that back with y'all. Have y'all come back again. But yeah, the person who sung it was made to sing it. We'll talk about that later, though.
Okay. Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Because I saw you look at JR like, look, if you don't say what,
All
say the
right.
song.
I'm like, is he gonna say it?
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
We'll say that for next. All
All
right,
right,
so
gotcha.
at least you got Bobby by a hair, and JR, you got
Casey.
Casey. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move over to production. This album, this song, excuse me, was produced by Bobby Womack. So he laid the track. If you think about the 1981's version, just the production, going against the 1995's version, who did it better? So JR, you can start us off this time.
Oh my God. Oh. I'm gonna have to push. I'm gonna have to push.
Yeah,
I
that's a
can't
good
do
one.
it. I can't do it. I can't do it. It was already hard for me to pick KC, so I'm gonna have to push this one. I'm gonna have to push because I
That's no
think they're
problem.
both great for the both times. So I think they were great because James and Tume did what he was supposed to do, and so did Bobby did what he was supposed to do, and so I can't pick the both. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Gotcha. Nope, no problem on that one. Go ahead, Miss Elise.
You know what? I think production wise, I think I would go with Bobby. The Bobby for production.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
It would, and the reason I said that, JR, is because the conversation we had earlier, and you were talking about the polish of the KC version, and that I feel that song need to be rough. And the original is a rough, grittier, like you can really, really hear each individual instrument. Like
Right.
with the more polished one, the instruments kind of almost come together too much.
Okay.
But the original, it's just like I hear the guitar. I hear the bass. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I can get that. I can get that. It's just for me, I was just like, for what it's 1995, and I think you had to polish it a little bit because of KC. He's giving you much of the grit as it is. You know what I'm saying? And this is on, I guess, Jason's Lyrics soundtrack, if I'm
Jason's
not
lyrics,
mistaken, right? It was
Yep.
Jason's Lyrics, right?
Jason's lyrics.
And
Yep.
and it's just had to be a type of polish type of thing with him. You know what I mean? Because they were kind of polished a little bit when it came out after that first album, for real. After Forever My Lady, you got to Diary of a Madman, they got a little bit more polished, you know what I'm saying? So by the time we get to 95, and it's that after party, after school, whatever. And and you get to that, and it's like, you needed it to be a little bit polished. So I think James and Tume knew what he had with that and was like, I'm gonna scale it back because I guess I want KC to be the focal point rather than the production. You know what I mean? Bobby, the production you needed to be, and his voice. So it was just like, but I think KC was like, let's focus on KC because it's KC solo. He ain't with Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got, I guess, two other voices behind, but no, go ahead.
For me, they're so close in production. You may hear just a little polish on. It's, you know what? It's different from hearing All I Do Is Think of You. That production, you have the structure of the song, but it's totally different. Same thing with JR. We talked about with Ribbon in the Sky.
Right.
The foundation is there, but on Intro's version, it's more R&B, that 90s R&B sound compared to when it came out with Stevie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Oh,
Okay.
that was a hard push.
So
God,
you got to
Lord.
push, and at least you said
Push.
bye. You said Bobby. Oh Lord, not Gina. The Martin episode.
Yeah.
See, we gonna have to bring y'all back to some other stuff. We gonna clown.
Yes.
So we got overall impact. Also, think about the impact of the song overall. So I'm gonna throw out a couple stats.
Okay.
1981,
Mhm.
that single came off of the Poet album.
Mhm.
It landed at number 3 on the Hot Soul singles. 1990 versions, KC's version, it was on the Jason's lyric soundtrack, which was a big soundtrack from a big song. Number 17 on the Hot 100 and number 11 on Hot R&B. All right, y'all go. Overall impact of the song.
I'm gonna say Bobby because it people that aren't big music heads or aren't music heads of a certain period of time,
Yep.
that is the only Bobby Womack song that they know.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
I think KC
Okay.
covering it brought it back to the forefront. But before KC ever did it, I knew that song.
Yep.
And they played on adult contemporary radio. Like I knew that song from the car. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Okay.
And
and it just kind of brought it to a newer audience. But I knew that song. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to go with Bobby's. I agree with Sis because I feel even though when anytime they play the record, everybody gonna do the ooh yeah, like that's KC. You know what I mean? But like Sis said, Bobby Womack at his concert, he had to do that song.
Absolutely.
Had to, even though it was a B-side. So a DJ flipped it and it became big.
Yep.
KC does not have to do If You Think You're Lonely Now and nobody would care.
Yep.
It wouldn't be a big deal. Now, if he went and didn't do Forever My Lady, people be like, all right, I want my money. Like you wild.
Okay. Yeah.
But he
Yep.
don't have to do If You Think You're Lonely Now. You know what I mean? Even though it crossed over, which got Bobby more money, it crossed over and it did all that because as you read the charts, Bobby's didn't cross over. You know what I mean? And this is a time that this is 81, and me and Elise love talk about that era because it's very experimental. Nobody had a sound. It was like, what was going on? It was like
it was like hold against the wall, see if it'll stick, kind of
right.
New frontier, if you will,
Right.
Yeah.
So for him to come out with this and for it to stick, and like Sis said, when you think of Bobby Womack, even though my family, we're big fans of him, we go all the way back to when he was with Sam Cooke. You know what I mean? So we're fans like that. So we know that, but anybody that was doing Bobby, they'd be like, If You Think You're Lonely Now, it's the first song they're going to say. So impact-wise, it got to be him. Because, again, KC doesn't have to go on stage and sing it. Bobby does. So that just goes to show you the impact. It was hot for the moment. Everybody goes off to it, back in 95. Everybody's like, yo, KC was singing down. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. But it's still, I think the impact, it really is, it's Bobby's signature song. You know what I mean? So it's his.
It's just because that wasn't even close. He had way bigger hits. But that's the song that people
That's it. That's the one.
Yep.
That's the one.
Yep. So it would have to be Bobby.
Bobby? And that makes sense.
Don't be mad.
Now that you guys are saying it like that, because I was thinking more so from the standpoint of it's on a major soundtrack. It's on a soundtrack from a major song, movie. So I'm thinking more people worldwide, more people will have a chance to hear see the movie, hear the song. In the 90s, that's soundtracks were your soundtrack had to go big. Soundtracks are really big. So I figured that song would probably be more impactful. But the way you guys just explained it, that's his signature song. although he has bigger hits,
Mhm.
that's his song. So
bigger.
see, now I have to circle back and think about it differently now. So I may go with y'all on that one.
Because I mean, you know, when you think about chart wise, and that's why I'm glad that you put it up. Obviously, if you think about charts, you're gonna say KC. You're gonna be like, his crossed over, and it was a big. It played on pop radio. Like he really got that crossover appeal. But again, he is covering something, and it's making people like, wait, this is a cover. Let me go back, and then they go to Bobby and be like, oh, I remember this song. My parents played this. I remember this. So they already be like, well, we already knew it. But again, it was just KC made it to a bigger audience. But the impact of his record did not do, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a song like you said, like on y'all show when y'all did Sweet Thing and with Mary and Rufus and Shaka. Mary has to do Sweet Thing. She has to. You know what I'm saying? Like she cannot leave a concert without doing that record, even though she's gonna put the mic out and have her sing it. But still, she has to do it.
Yeah.
Shaka has plenty other stuff that she really don't gotta do Sweet Thing if she don't want to. And we wouldn't be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why with Bobby, you would be mad if you left the concert without hearing if you think you're lonely now. Casey, nah. He can be like, that can be an interlude with them walking out on stage or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's fine. But yeah. So impact wise, I think I got to give it to Bobby.
Okay. So we got vocals, production, overall impact. So now we put all that in the pot, stir it all up. Now we got to decide who did it better.
You're wrong.
Did Bobby Womack do it better, or did Casey Haley do it better?
Oh God.
Even with like you automatically from the way I talked about it in those 3 points, that I would go Bobby. Like I wouldn't even have a second thought. But that's more talking about the facts of the song. But how it makes me feel, I really love them equally. But I guess Bobby got it for me.
Okay, Bobby.
But it's not like cut and dry clear because the emotions. Because we talked about impact, but I guess I kind of didn't say how it impacted me. But it came out. It's 90s. Fucking KC Haley of Jodeci.
It's KC, yeah.
My North Carolina boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it impacted me, and so I love it. But I got to give it to Bobby. But it's very close.
Close. Okay, that's not a problem. JR.
It's a perfect cover.
No, yes. That's a cover where we're okay to have. They can live in the same multiverse if we want to do it like that. That's fine. There are other ones. Why did y'all do that? Throw a trash.
Right.
We talked about one. We talked about one.
Right. When we got up on here, it was like
yeah.
No. Like Sis said, it's neck and neck, but I think I would have to go with Bobby. I think Bobby's version is the better version because he wrote it. You feel it. It's that. KC came into it. He might have been feeling it, but he wanted you to pay attention to this. You know what I mean? He wanted you to pay attention to this. And I think with a song, for me, I need to feel it. I need the way you present it. I need all of that. And for that, I think Bobby his version probably will be better. The raw is very raw. Bobby's talking to you. You're getting the story. He's saying he's the poet, all that stuff. So yeah, I would have to give it to Bobby Womack as well.
Yeah.
Talk something else. Now I will tell you what part of the song that I do definitively like that Casey did better. Right. And it's the things you got and the things your girlfriend got. That part, I like KC doing that part better because Bobby's more talking on the part, and I like I like
Oh,
the
okay, yeah. I
churchy.
know exactly what
I
you're
like
talking
the
about. Yeah,
churchy, but still singing that Casey
yeah,
does on just on that small part.
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I can go with that.
Yeah,
They
his is
both to me.
Casey's is a little more melodic
It
on that
is.
part.
They both can exist. I'm not mad at Casey redoing the song or covering the song. He did it justice. Just like some of our other ones, intro, they did it, they did Stevie Wonder justice by covering Ribbon in the Sky. I'm not mad at Jodeci doing lately. Um,
I'm a little mad.
you're a little mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I
Because they both
I
they
love
both
it, but I think
okay.
it's a. Oh, I love it. I fucking own it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
um, I that was not a good vocal performance. It's just a fun performance.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. I enjoy it. It is entertaining, but I don't think it is a quality rendition. I
Gotcha.
just don't. But it's
And,
fun,
and
and
they
that's
did
okay.
and it crossed over to where it got to Martin and he did his thing and Casey and Jodeci they were actually on the episode, so
Hmm.
it became really big, you
It
know.
became their biggest record. It
Yeah,
was
it
their
became
biggest record.
huge. Yeah,
A live record that they
huge.
did ended up
Mm-hmm.
being their biggest song. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But going back to Bobby, it's not their signature record. You know what I mean? It might
Yeah,
be
yeah,
their
yeah.
biggest song
It's not. Yeah.
crossover wise, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not. You know what I'm saying? They ain't
Yeah.
got Jodeci ain't got to do lately if they didn't want to.
Yeah.
You know
No.
what
No.
I'm
No. They
saying?
don't.
Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
don't. But
Mm-hmm.
again, like I'm with Elise. That song is mad fun. It's very entertaining, and I like looking at the live performance. And like you say, going to Martin, you watching Martin, and you like they foolish. Like it's like, yo, you can tell they so mad. They
Yeah.
are pissed. And Martin is he know it and he knows it. And he's like, I'm not getting out of character, so I'm gonna continue to make
Yeah,
them more
absolutely.
mad. Like you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. So I guess we came to the conclusion that who did it better? You guys got the 1981 version of If You Think You're Lonely Now, Bobby Womack. Again, both guys did their due justice on the song. I'm sure that Bobby was okay with KC's version. So we got that. But our people in the audience, y'all know what to do. Leave your 2 cents in the comment section. What do you decide? Do you think that Casey did it better? Do you think that Bobby Womack did it better? Leave 1981 or put Bobby or put 1995 and put KC. Who did it better? We'll give you guys your chance to talk about it. But JR, at least before we get out of here, do you guys have anything coming up you want to tell the audience? Any
Just follow us,
episodes
man.
drop?
Just follow us
Okay, yep.
on our catch stats are doing really, really good. We're gonna have
Yep.
the guys come on the show. They're gonna talk about an album, so that's gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Episode that we have out. We started our 7th season of Catch That, which is amazing.
Cool.
The I should say 3 episodes that we have out now is the Wait to Exhale that we did with Edward Bowser, which
I
was a
was hating
fun
on that one.
episode. The Bobby album we did with Will the Wade, and the one in this last one we have out is 2. We did that with our love Chastity
Shout
Buckley.
out to
Yes, we
Chastity.
did that
Shout
with
out to
her.
Chastity.
So it's amazing
Yeah,
episode. We
Boys to
did
Men too, by the way. Because you
yes,
said
Boy,
two.
yeah.
yes, Boys to
For the
Men too.
ones who don't
Yes, so
That's
know.
that's the number of sense. So two boys.
Two, two.
all right. So
That's my
yeah,
boy.
so just follow us on all our social medias
Yep.
that you guys gonna put in there, man. And we
Mhm.
would like some of you guys to come on the show as well. You know, y'all
Yep.
viewers and things come on the show, pick a record, and we can talk about it. You know what I mean? Pick an album, we can
Absolutely.
talk about it. It's really, really fun. Definitely have a good time and you know, but definitely, you know, check us out at rnbreps.com for
Mhm.
real.
That's what's up. And you guys know, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that when we drop any new content, y'all instantly notified. Y'all know what to do. We on Instagram and in this corner of one, that's the number 1. So y'all give us a follow and y'all hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure you do follow the RnB Reps. Those are family. JR, Elise, thank y'all for gracing our channel. Thank you for this episode. We had fun. How y'all feel?
Great. We coming back too.
Absolutely. Y'all will come back. We're going to bring the whole squad back.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, hey, that's all I got for everybody. Peace.
Do again.